Today, we're diving deep into Nigeria, a true powerhouse on the African continent. We're going to explore the really complex forces that are either supercharging its economy or holding it back.
I mean, that's the big question, right? And Nigeria is such a fascinating case study for it. We're going to break down the key factors, the things pushing it forward, and the things pulling it back that are shaping its future. So let's get right into it.
So here's how we're going to do it. We'll look at the political landscape, the incredible mix of people, its amazing cultural power, and, of course, the very land it's built on. Then, we'll tie it all together.
First up, politics. You really can't understand a country's economy without knowing its history, especially its journey towards stability. And for Nigeria, wow, that journey has been a real transformation.
Okay, so after getting independence back in 1960, Nigeria went through some really turbulent times, including a truly devastating civil war. But then, things started to change. Since 1999, the country has entered this whole new era of political stability, hitting huge milestones like free and fair elections. This whole journey, from conflict to consistency, is really the bedrock of its modern economy.
So, what's the big deal? Well, it's pretty simple. Political stability builds confidence. And that confidence, it brings in money from investors. It's a straightforward but incredibly powerful equation. When the government is stable, money feels safe enough to come in and grow. And that investment? Oh, it has poured in, and from some major global players too. We're talking about huge economic interest from countries like China, the US, and South Africa. This isn't just about cash. It's like a global vote of confidence in what Nigeria can become. All right, let's shift gears from politics to the people themselves, because Nigeria's social landscape is, well, it's defined by its absolutely staggering diversity.
Get a load of this number, over 500 distinct languages. Think about that for a second. That's not just a statistic. It represents hundreds of unique cultures and ethnic groups, like the Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo, all living together as one nation. It's incredible.
And here's the thing about that diversity. It's a double-edged sword. On one side, it's this incredible strength, a deep well of culture and human potential. But on the other side, that same mix has, at times, led to serious regional conflict and instability.
And a prime example of that challenge is the insurgency by the extremist group Boko Haram. Their violent campaign has been a major brake on economic development, totally disrupting lives, communities, and business, especially up in the Northeast.
But let's flip that coin, because that exact same social diversity, the thing that can cause conflict, also happens to fuel one of the most vibrant and influential cultural scenes on the entire planet.
Just look at this. Nigeria's film industry, you've probably heard of it, Nollywood, is the second largest in the world by the number of movies it makes. That puts it ahead of Hollywood, right behind India's Bollywood. It's a legit cultural and economic giant.
And it is not just movies. The country's music scene, its authors, they're exploding globally. And in sports, their passion for football is legendary. They've won the African Cup of Nations 3 times. This cultural output isn't just entertainment. It's a massive economic engine that creates jobs and exports Nigerian culture all over the world.
Okay, so we've covered politics, society, and culture. Now let's talk about the physical foundation of the nation, its incredibly diverse environment. This is what really determines what can be grown, what can be raised, and what can be sold.
So down in the south, you've got this tropical, equatorial climate. It's perfect for rainforests and some very profitable cash crops. We're talking about things like cocoa, palm oil, and rubber. All of them thrive in this really lush part of the country.
Now, as you head north, the whole landscape just transforms. The rainforests fade away, and you get these wide-open savanna grasslands. This area is perfect for field crops like cotton and millet, and it's also prime territory for grazing cattle, which is another huge part of the agricultural economy.
And finally, way up in the far north, the climate gets much, much drier. You're in semi-desert conditions. Here, agriculture shifts again, moving toward nomadic cattle herding. So you see, this incredible environmental variety gives Nigeria a remarkably broad foundation for its agriculture.
All right, we've looked at the political, social, cultural, and environmental forces. So what does it all add up to? Let's take a look at the big picture, all in one place.
Here it is, laid out side by side. You've got the accelerators on one side, growing political stability, a flood of foreign investment, that huge global cultural footprint, and a super diverse agricultural base. And then on the other side, the things holding it back, the
the painful legacy of civil war, ongoing regional conflicts, and the insurgency from groups like Boko Haram. You can see it's a constant balancing act.
And that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? Nigeria has this immense, undeniable potential in its people, its culture, its land. So the great challenge, and honestly, the great opportunity, is figuring out how it can manage the forces holding it back to finally fully unleash all those amazing things pushing it forward.